Good morning.
Injury update on anybody this week? Walker's fine.
Actually, we're in a pretty good spot. Brenton, AC, sprain coming out of the game, just be a little bit limited. He'll be fine. Walker's ankle's fine. Just the wear and tear on Brandon's will limit him like we normally do. Mitch Morse, the same thing. Just where we are in the season and just monitor their reps during the week. But all are good for the game.
What stands out about Brock Bowers? How has he had so much success already?
Great player, good young player. Just his ability to separate, get open. Obviously, using him the right way, and just making plays for him. And he's a dynamic tight end.
Is it rare to see maybe a tight end come into the NFL and have such success so early, or has that become more common over the last couple of years?
No, not really. I think anymore the way teams use tight ends. Sometimes like a receiver, and put them in receiver positions. But they're a bigger body, so you can create some matchups. And that's what you see. He runs extremely well, obviously, and the way, again, the creativity and how they're getting the football. Again, and from a quarterback's perspective, it's that nice security blanket to have a nice tight end.
Back to Brent. Is that AC joint sprain or?
Is there another one?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not
either.
So it's AC.
I'm just reading it off of the injury report. I think it's left. Okay,
Yeah. But your
yeah.
expectation is that that's just a sprain.
It's all it is. So
yeah. He would be able to play on.
Yes.
Right now.
Correct. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. We'll just limit him today. No contact. Things like that.
Yep.
Seems like Caleb Mond's having a good amount of success over there. Is he somebody who's kind of jumping off the tape when you look at their defense?
He is. He's playing really well. Providing a spark, and obviously now with Max, not there, he did something. He'll step up and do even more, and it's a great opportunity for him. But you're seeing that on film, and he's brings a lot of energy, to that defense, and has done a nice job with him.
I know Walker had a lot of reps against him in practice over the years, but live reps, that's just a completely different conversation, right?
Yeah, I mean, you get the live rep in practice, training camp, all that, but game reps are a little bit different. Both players have grown, obviously, in their craft, and we'll have a chance to study each other a little bit this week. And but it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to watch him.
How well has Walker played over the last 3 or 4 weeks?
He's played really well, actually. I think each week he continues to improve and show. How capable he is of handling, that starting role, and a player that we knew could do that, But yeah, his improvement, the physicality in the run game, obviously in pass protection, he does a nice job. So I would say that he's right where he needs to be and continues to improve.
Partly because now he can sit there and go, okay, I know I'm a left tackle.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. He has the confidence that he's going to be the guy, and we have the confidence that he's the guy. And day in, day out, he gets those practice reps, and he doesn't have to worry about, am I going to play left tackle this week or right tackle or guard or whatever it might be, and that has a lot to do with it.
Now that you've kind of watched the film, moved on from Sunday, when it comes to your secondary, moving into these final 3 weeks of the season, rotationally, players maybe you want to see a little bit more of, combinations you liked from this weekend that maybe you'll implement again?
Yeah, you still want to be able to see some of the young players. I would like to see Trey Prince more, get opportunity in these next couple of games. Obviously, AJ continues to improve and needs to play. I think it's good that he plays and minimizes the mistakes that he makes. Obviously Tyson's going to be out there, Buster. We know what those guys can do, and still want to see them compete and all of that. So, if we get the opportunity, I would love to see, particularly Trey Prince probably, more, because all the other guys are playing. He's probably the one right now that hasn't hasn't gotten many snaps. Would like to see him in game action.
How valuable, I mean, I know it is valuable, but how valuable is the time on the field at the end of a season like this, Doug, for all these young players heading into the offseason and into next year, knowing what they need to do?
I think it's huge. I think it's a big step forward for these players. Really to finish the season the right way. Put good film on tape. Whether you're going to be a free agent or you're one of ours, right? You still want to put good film out there, and it from a coaching perspective gives you an idea of the type of player that you drafted, you brought onto your team, and then for the player, it gives him confidence going into, the offseason. I look back to what Buster did his rookie year, and then the chances he got to play early on, how that catapulted him into this season. And so that's a great example, right? And then even looking ahead, like the confidence that you see in Tank and the confidence you see in Brenton, and Anton's been a day one starter, but the young players that have played, Antonio Johnson playing more this year, and the more, or the better, I should say, that they play in these last couple of games will give them the confidence, I think, moving forward.
How about culturally speaking, to finish strong? Brenton Strange had a comment in the postgame the other day about, well, he'll be back here on Monday because this is what he loves to do. He wants to play ball, and there's only so many opportunities. I mean, how does playing at the end of the year set that standard for what you want culturally?
I mean, I think it can go one of two ways, right? If the players don't have that mindset, or if I don't have that mindset, it's going to set you back even further. But if you come into it and you embrace it, all right, we know our situation. We got it. We understand that. But I think these next 3 weeks really can set us up for the future, for the off season, for next year, and how we can build and where we need to add pieces and all that kind of stuff. The development of our roster. But having guys like Brenton make those comments, I mean, those are the type of players you want, right? You want those football players that love being here in this building, soaking up football, soaking up ball, love being on the grass. Those are the guys that you can build your team around, and he's one of several, obviously, and many that we have on the team that can do that.
What did it mean to have Trevor and Evan and Christian back on the sidelines, back in the stadium with the team on Sunday?
I mean, it was great. It was great for the guys. It was great because they were also engaging with the players, with their teammates, and helping them, and sort of being a coach there. And it was just great to have all three of them there. Obviously we missed them all and whatnot, but it was really a big lift, I think, especially offensively, to have those three there.
Where's Matt made probably the biggest strides since he took over as the starter?
Well, I think what you saw in the game Sunday, his decision making, getting the ball out of his hand, knowing exactly where to go, understanding the offense, understanding the route combinations against the defense, just taking another step in that direction. It's again, he learned a new offense this entire year, and now he's getting a chance to go play and run the show. And I think for him, just understanding what we ask of him, we're not going to yell and scream at him. He can just go play and do his deal and lead the football team, but knowing that we have his back and the support, and I think it's been good for him. The confidence, you're seeing more of that confidence come out. That sort of that chippiness and that edge that he has, which I love to see, and he just every week takes another step in that right direction.
Isn't it a weird situation with him, because you traded for him hoping never to have to play him, and now he's playing to not come back here next year, to be somewhere else?
Yeah, it's unique. I mean, we did trade for him and got him in here, and you hope he didn't have to play, right? But he's making the most of it, and not saying we're we're moving on or anything like that. But this is another great opportunity. These next couple weeks will be big for him, and just continuing to improve and showing that he can run a team.
Not sure if you have the answer, if you're able to comment, but has Trevor cleared the concussion protocol? Has surgery been scheduled?
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
Yes.
When's surgery? Do we know yet?
He yeah. Well, he's gonna be celebrating Christmas, all right. He passed the protocol actually Sunday morning, this past week, so he's cleared. He's cleared on that, and then he actually had surgery yesterday, and it was successful. So he's now on the road to recovery.
When's Evan's surgery scheduled?
Evan had his on Monday. Yep, and he's good. Everything was positive in both players' cases, and just now looking forward to recovery time.
They'll be able to participate OTAs or no?
Don't know that yet. It's hard to put a time frame on it. You don't want to rush it, but we'll see how they. I guess the thing is too, in both cases they're not long-term, lengthy type surgeries, recovery time. So at some point this spring they'll be ready to go.
Okay, everybody good? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.